I'm going to go ahead and try to capture myself in a little bit of sunshine here. The area on my deck where it usually gets a little bit sunny, it really only appears sunny for about a couple hours in the morning from about 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or so, but you can see if I stand over here, it gets a little bit sunnier. The sun's in my eyes, it's a little bit nicer. But I don't want to project my voice over the balcony, so I'm just going to record like this. Light up. These are kind of nice little mini-sodes that I do, little pep talks to myself in a way, and you guys end up watching it, and I'm really grateful of that. I'll show you my pack again. Eagle 20 is blue. I've smoked these many, many times before. Many, many times. Yes. Just kind of getting into the whole realm of YouTube and what people discuss, whether it be politically or just culturally, whether it involves music or art or any kind of drug culture or anything like that. I always think about ways that can catastrophically change our perspective altogether on the earth. That would make things seem totally different, And there are many ways that we can kind of get into science and look at things from a more scientific perspective that would make us view things not in a more atheistic way per se, but a more calmer, more analytical fashion. And I think it's really important to look at things from a very scientific perspective. So as it turns out, I was reading about the Yellowstone caldera on the Washington Post, and some refer to it as a supervolcano, even though supervolcano isn't really a technical term altogether. It is more of a caldera as referred to by seismologists and geologists, and this in itself is a bit more of a term that helps us understand it. If the Yellowstone volcano did go off, it would end up being such a catastrophic event and would change the ecosystems of not only North America, but globally we would have a kind of catastrophe. We would be buried in ash in North America, and people would have to get together and use their supplies and kind of support one another in a very different way that we haven't for ages and ages. I think it wouldn't be a good thing at all, but humanity really would cling to itself, and really we would depend on each other in a very different way. If the Yellowstone caldera did go off, I think which the chances of it going off are very, very slim in our lifetime, of course, but if it did go off, we would be very changed, and just it would be a national meltdown. Not as catastrophic and morbid and deadly as, say, a nuclear attack from a different country altogether. But yeah, the last eruption happened. The last major eruption happened about 630,000 years ago, and the last mini eruption happened about 70,000 years ago. So seismologists say the chances of a mini eruption happening are much more likely than just a major eruption that would blanket us in ash. It would per se be like the next ice age, some say, and that's very fearsome, but no worries, no fear-mongering. Just remember that I live very close to it in central Wyoming, so the chances of me being affected directly if it did go off in our lifetimes would be very, very high, the chances of that. But anyway, I'll cut my video a little short. Little snippet there. Eagle 20 is blue. Just wanted to talk some science and sociology. Thanks much for watching. Au revoir.